The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys! This is Girls Talk, Boys Talk, presented by Invisalign, trusted by over 500 NFL players for their winning smiles. And broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now, your host, Nicole Hutchison.
Wake up, Cowboys Nation. Welcome into Girls Talk, Boys Talk, presented by Invisalign in the SWBC studio. I'm Nicole Hutchison alongside Brianna Aldridge, Aisha Morrison. Ladies, wake up! Wake up! How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
Wonderful.
Are you?
Wonderful.
Really?
Yeah, wonderful.
Oh, barnacles. Wow.
You okay?
All up in the camera.
It's all right. Yeah. Get a little closer. Want to zoom in?
No.
It's like a proactive commercial. Oh, you got
Oh, that's crazy.
you got jokes.
Yeah,
Chris.
that's crazy. The zoom in is it.
Oh, he gonna keep it going. You lucky I got
Wow.
good. Thank you, Rose.
That part.
Bless me with good skin, cause baby,
Come on.
telling all my business.
Period. All right. Well, we heard from Brian Schottenheimer yesterday. Obviously, tough loss for the Cowboys in Week 6 to the Carolina Panthers, 30-27, the final. But a lot of things to unpack. But I know we didn't get a chance to touch on the run game or lack thereof on Sunday, the struggles. Javonte Williams not able to get things going. But, I mean, talk about this Carolina Panthers defensive front, which we talked about all week long.
We did.
We did.
That's our job.
We did talk about it all week long, and we said it was gonna be tough to run the football, but we did say they was gonna need to find some ways to get some creative. Screen pass didn't work either. But just talking about the run game, ladies, thoughts, what kind of went wrong there? And we are taking calls, by the way. 1-888-855-2297. 1-888-855-2297. I hope you got the call. All right, there you go. What you got, Aisha? Okay.
She literally
not.
said, no.
I literally said Aisha.
Oh,
I know, I'm like,
sorry.
want me to pick it up?
Oh no. Well,
Right?
well, when you talk. Well, okay, so I wrote down what was going on in the run game. First of all, I want to first say that it definitely started up front with this offensive line and some of the things and I want to say with the offensive line, I thought the pass protection was fantastic. But the run blocking, there was so much communications on the offensive line. When you look at Bobby Brown, Derrick Brown, A'Shawn Robinson, they were able to get so much push, so much penetration on that interior that it really threw off your exchanges. It really threw off your passes. Tyler Smith, I think, is still trying to get his feet under him, obviously. And he's also now playing with some guys that maybe they still need to get on the same page. A lot of this offensive line and what they do is combo dual blocks. And we heard Shotty talk about, and we heard Clayton Adams actually on Thursday talk about the fact that, hey, we know the numbers look good. We know that it looks all fancy, but there's a lot of things still going on that are not clean football, and I think we saw it in this game. So what I saw more than anything was, and some of those plays where Tyler Smith is looping around or Hoffman is having to loop around, and they're trying to pass off these blocks to each other, and that's what happens in with double teams and stuff. You have one guy that initially gets the block. He's supposed to shed, go to the next level, and get up on the linebacker. Some of that stuff was not clean. And what was also happening is that the initial blocks to get to the second level, you're waiting for the guy to come help you and take on the block and slip upfield, and there were whiffs. There were also a lot of backside pursuit plays where your tackles weren't aware. Tyler Guyton had a few times where you're like, hey, guy, you need to pick up this guy as he's looping around, and he missed it. So I just think that was really the bulk of it, is that interior of the Panthers defensive line got so much penetration. It really didn't allow your guys to get to the second level cleanly, and it didn't allow them to really be clean at the point of attack. And what I mean by that is going in square and being able to drive those guys. A lot of these guys were going in sideways, catching guys with their arms. It just wasn't clean football. Also, too, I think Javonte Williams was a little unsure about some of the rush lanes that were there or weren't there. And one thing I will say and give the Panthers credit, is that they threw a lot of different fronts at the Dallas Cowboys. I heard Shotty mention they two-gapped, they stretched them out, which means that they really stressed. They put a dent in the middle of the offensive line, and they really made this offensive line have to work for everything they got. And I thought Dallas would be able to run the ball on the outside with some of these guys. It didn't happen because, again, your tackles and your guards that pull around and are supposed to get upfield, they just weren't clean taking on blocks. And that's some of what we saw in those last few plays. Also, Dak just having to check it down. Your run game was so ineffective that later in this game, Carolina stopped caring. Mm-hmm. And they did. They started playing soft coverage. They did not care. And that is really why Dak wasn't really attacking, I thought, down the field the same way he was earlier in the game. We saw those 2 checkdowns in that last drive by Dallas. I think a lot of that was because there wasn't really anything there. Well, he didn't see it there the way that he wanted to see it. So, again, it wasn't clean. It wasn't as clean as we've seen from this offensive line. And I do think inserting a Tyler Smith and him having to get used to playing with a Hoffman now, playing with a T.J. Bass, who I thought had maybe the best day out of the offensive lineman, even though he was struggling too. That's what I saw from the run game. It just wasn't clean enough.
Yeah, Brian Schottenheimer said it. Started off the press conference yesterday. When your longest run is 6 yards, it's gonna be a long day in the run game. We talked about it going into it. If Panthers were able to run the ball, that was going to be their success point, and clearly they ran the ball better. But I think it is starting to see what it looks like when your starters aren't available, starting to catch up to you a little bit, when there's not Tyler Booker in there, when there's not Cooper Beebe in there. You're starting to see the effects, and I think they did a good job of putting the Band-Aid on it and making it look how it did. But I think when you start to watch the film and you start to see the weak points, the Panthers were able to get the upper hand, if you will. I saw a couple clips yesterday. Saw a lot of people on the ground yesterday on the offensive line. And it wasn't just one person. I think that was the difference in this game. Sometimes if it's just one person, you can kind of scheme to that effect. But it was kind of everybody. I saw people getting through on Guyton's side blatantly. T.J. Bass was on the ground a couple times. Brock Hoffman was getting double teamed, like to your point, Aisha. They were really taking advantage of that. There was no holes. There was a couple times where, to your point, I think Javonte Williams' eyes this game were a little different than before. But then again, you do have some different pieces back in there. And even though typically you would prefer to see Tyler Smith in there, it is different than what has been able to be afloat. And the continuity matters. I think you saw that as well. I think you're seeing some of the, to your point again, to what Clayton Adams said last week, hey, we're doing this thing good, but then we're going back to doing something that we fixed 2 weeks ago. Consistency. Ugly day on the ground. It's pretty simple. Aisha kind of hit it all, in my opinion, but it was ugly.
It was dusty.
It was ugly. And I think we have a spoiled offense to the point, unlike the Panthers, if the run game's not going confident enough that you can sling the rock. But we saw what happens when you don't have a balance. Going back to that final series, they tried to run the game, or run Javonte Williams a little bit there. Maybe they shouldn't, maybe they, what have you. It is what it is. I know everybody has their opinions, but it was kind of a gross set of series, and you couldn't run the ball.
Yeah, and you also have to commend Dak Prescott, because you're starting to see, well, not that you didn't see it before, but in games like that, when the pocket's just collapsing the way that it is, his pocket presence is like up here. But it goes back to what Schottenheimer has been talking about, or what he touched on yesterday, was they need to get back to the fundamentals, which I'm confused as to why.
I literally put sister.
Caps.
Emphasizing fundamentals.
And I feel like it goes back to, we've heard this last year. It was like week 7. We're talking about practice, and I was just like, going back to the fundamentals. Okay, well, this is, and I think it was Clarence who kind of followed up with, like at this point of the season, is there even time to get to the fundamentals? Like, how do you even squeeze that in practice? And he basically said, there's time. Well, we'll see how that kind of pans out over the next couple of weeks. But first, we do have a caller, and I'm sick because y'all know exactly who it is.
No.
Billy? I've got you.
It's Billy in Fort Worth. Billy, what you got?
Hello.
What you got? No.
Hello.
Hey, Billy.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's crazy.
Billy, your voice sound petty. Good morning, sound petty.
I know you ladies miss me.
Billy, what you got for us?
First of all, as always, amazing. So you ladies do an amazing job. But let's go ahead and get straight to it. These fans called me delusional the first time I got on here. So I just want to ask, do y'all believe me yet? Are y'all starting to see what I'm talking about?
Maybe a little bit.
Just a little bit.
I must concede.
Dang, we did tell him to check
okay.
back when the Commanders was coming. I remember that.
You see? And let me go ahead and tell y'all, that defense is terrible. They have a cancer on that defense, and it's spreading. And one thing about a cancer on a team is going to keep spreading. So what they need to do right now is, if they want to save the season, they just need clean house. All them third and fourth or fifth year guys that's been there, you get rid of them. That secondary, that D-line, you get rid of them. Right now, they don't know what they're doing. That defense is terrible.
Okay, so if you are, let me just never mind. I'm gonna just let it go.
No, hold on. No, you want to talk about if I'm the GM, if I'm Jerry Jones, right? I'm contacting Miami to see if Bradley Chubb's available. I'm contacting them ASAP. And I'm trying to see Michael Fitzpatrick is available, because you need a safety, because those safeties can't cover.
You talking about Minka? We can't talk about people that's on roster still.
Look,
I'm gonna let you talk about
I'm contacting them ASAP. And then next, I'm contacting Cleveland.
Hey, Shotty said that he thinks that.
Okay.
Hey, look. I'm contacting Cleveland. I'm trying to get Denzel Ward. I'm getting Diggs up out of there, and I'm getting Denzel Ward.
Barnacles, you expediting
Who
stuff.
gets to stay in the secondary? Right? You're getting rid of a lot of people.
I'm about to say, are you gonna play in the secondary?
I'm like, at this point, I probably could, because I ain't gonna lie to y'all. If I could probably get a quarterback right now and go get paid. I'd get a 1-day contract and go get paid.
Oh goodness!
Oh.
Wow.
But wait,
Against that defense.
Really, for real, who is doing a serviceable job or enough that you're seeing that can stay if you do go out and make a trade?
On the defense?
On the secondary, because you said Kyer Elam
On the
got to
secondary?
go. You talking about?
Oh yeah, he got to go. He got to go ASAP. He got to go ASAP. Diggs and him got to go. I like what I see out of what's that boy's name? What's that boy? Bland. I like him. I like him.
Reddy
But
Stewart is playing pretty well.
Diggs and Elam got to go.
Okay, so what you gonna do about the nickel corner situation? Do you like Reddy Stewart?
No, he's been fine.
He needs more reps.
What?
You see with these young guys, you can coach them. With the older guys, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. It was back in that McCarthy offense. McCarthy defense. And you gotta get rid of them. You got to.
We about to get rid of you.
Y'all gonna get rid of me?
Thank you for your insight, Billy.
Billy, you gave us a lot to talk about.
We appreciate you. All right, thoughts?
Huh?
Talk.
He is so funny.
He just be calling.
It's 8:13.
I couldn't even hold my face together. But I will say, out of everything he said, what I agree with the most about this team needs to make a call. If they want to win right now, it's not out of the question. I mean, we should have started the show on, hello, who lost this week? 2 teams helped you this week.
Mm-hmm.
That
The
is
standings
true.
don't look that bad.
Your division, absolutely.
Christy said yesterday, we don't have to worry about what everybody else is doing. We got to worry about what's happening in this division. And this division is looking pretty NFC Easty
Up for grabs.
right now.
NFC East is.
They're doing the Cowboys a lot of favors.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, last night we saw Washington fall to the Bears, and they've been having some ups and downs with their defense and their ability to stop the run. That's something they've hung their hat on, and they couldn't do that really well last night. I mean, DeAndre Swift had some pop in those legs. So I agree. I wish Dallas would have taken care of business this week, because how good of position would you have been in? Yeah, how much of a good place would you have been in if Washington comes off this loss, you have this win, and you're going into this game next week like, hey, we can jump these guys. But if you are going to be able to tie it up, minus that stupid tie, then this game is kind of a big deal. I agree with Bree. Like, it's there.
It's just I felt a little more uplifted.
I felt a little bit more uplifted as well. And I agree with you. Like Shotty yesterday, listening to him, he sounds like he's a man. How do I say this in a nice way? He's saying a lot of the stuff that you're supposed to say, and he also is trying not to throw nobody under the bus, which I think is fantastic. I know fans, I know y'all want to see him be like, yeah, and that front seven.
He gotta go. Yeah, no.
He's not going to do that. But he does very methodically mention little things that let you know he don't like what he's seeing. And he talked about the lack of gap integrity. Some of the gentlemen asked about hero ball, and he did not defer from that. He admitted, he said out loud, like, I don't know what hero ball is.
He tried to act like he said he didn't know what hero ball was.
Yeah,
he know what hero ball is.
But he said, like, yes, I think guys are pressing and trying to make their own plays. And I'm sorry, y'all. Is this a rewind?
It's getting
I feel like I've heard this before.
We always be struggling in the beginning.
And I ain't gonna hold y'all. I ain't gonna hold nobody's hand when I say this. It's that bad. It's really that bad, y'all. And I don't know.
Knows that.
He knows that. It's some of it is, he said, some of it is scheme. We need to scheme things better.
Wait, we're gonna get to that in a second. Hold on, we're gonna take our first break on Girls Talk, Boys Talk. Because we're gonna save that.
I was getting emotional.
Yeah, you are. It's
about
fine.
to cook.
It's fine. We're gonna let you cook in the next segment. We're gonna take our first break. Be right back with more Girls Talk, Boys Talk.
Cowboys fans, when it comes to navigating the ever-changing world of tax, your business needs a partner it can trust to tackle even your biggest tax challenges. Ryan is the largest firm in the world dedicated exclusively to business taxes. Our team of tax professionals has local expertise in all areas of tax and can help you uncover savings opportunities you didn't know you had. Learn more about how Ryan can improve your overall corporate tax performance by visiting Ryan.com. Ryan, the official tax partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
When you're on the field, you know what it takes to lead your team and play with confidence. But that confidence shouldn't just stop at game time. It should follow you off the field, too. Join over 500 NFL players who trust Invisalign, the #1 doctor-recommended clear aligner brand. Ready to take the first step towards a smile you'll love? Visit Invisalign.com/NFL and find a doctor near you today. Transform your smile and take your confidence to the next level, both on the field and off.
Discover Aiden, the official luggage partner of the Dallas Cowboys and Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Known for top-tier engineering and craftsmanship, Aiden offers more than just bags. Originating from Australia and designed in New York, it merges fashion, design, and culture. Used by Dallas Cowboys players, staff, and the entire organization, Aiden provides style and functionality for all travelers. Visit AidenTheBrand.com and use code AidenXCowboys for 25% off your purchase. Travel like your favorite stars with Aiden.
All right, Cowboys fans, this one's for us. If the men in your life bleed blue and silver like we do, I've found the perfect way to elevate their game day rituals. Gillette just released their best razor in Cowboys colors, and it is everything a Cowboys fan could want. The new Gillette Labs official Dallas Cowboys licensed razor combines his Cowboys pride with Gillette's best shave. And with 50% longer lasting blades, it is truly the gift that keeps on giving. Get it while you can at Gillette.com/NFL. Gillette's best shave is also available as heated.
Cowboys Nation, head to Miller Lite House at AT&T Stadium for a free watch party presented by 7-Eleven. Watch the Dallas Cowboys
I'll start with
face
this.
off against
when the
the
defense.
Broncos
I'll start with this.
in Denver on Sunday, October 26th. Doors open at 2 p.m. and kickoff is at 3:25. Enjoy a performance by the DCC Slurpee Samples, $5 Miller Lights, and more. Claim your free ticket at DallasCowboys.com/watch party.
All right, welcome back into Girls Talk, Boys Talk, presented by Invisalign in the SWBC studio. Nicole Hutchison, Brianna Aldridge, Aisha Morrison, and we're going to get straight to it because we just heard a little bit of the soundbite. But
Little tease.
Brian Schottenheimer touching on...
My bad.
No, you're good. No, you're good. It's going to be good to hear from Shotty about this because we've been talking about it really for the last couple of weeks about this offense basically having to be perfect because your defense just has not shown you that they can hold their weight. Shotty was asked about it yesterday, and let's hear what he had to say.
Listen, I'll start with this. I mean, when the defense got the 3 and out in the fourth quarter and we got the ball at the 46-yard line, I had no doubt in my mind that we were going to go win that football game. And the first play is a screen that, they kind of string it out and they make the tackle. And then, the next 2 calls, they force a check down. And but we had our chances. I mean, hey, if we go 3 for 4, 4 for 4 in the red zone, which is what we've done, then we're not even having this conversation. So you're not going to find anybody in the offensive room that feels like the defense is letting us down. I truly believe that. This is a team game, and there's no reason we shouldn't go 4 for 4 in the red zone. We've proven we've gone 3 for 4, 5 for 5, whatever it's been. We've done that. So, we need to focus on doing our job, and special teams need to do their job. And there's plenty of things to clean up, not just on the defensive side of the ball.
Your quarterback has played really well in the last 3 weeks. 11 touchdowns, 1 interception here, and 800-something yards. Is it frustrating? You feel like maybe you're almost wasting some of these performances because this is high-level stuff you're getting from number 4?
He's playing great, and I don't think anybody's surprised by the fact he's playing great. I think when you look at it, our focus is to go out every time and to play well and play at a high level. And again, do we have the victories that we want, based on Dak's performance? No, we don't. But it doesn't change the fact that Dak needs to continue to do that. And again, he'll be the first one to tell you that, and I'll second my part of it. There were some things in the red zone yesterday that I didn't do very well. There's some things that he felt like he could have done better. And as I always say, it's the ultimate team game. And so Dak's going to be judged just like me on really all these guys on wins and losses. And so stats are great, but at the end of the day, we got to find a way to win.
Yeah, Shotty touching on they got to find a way to win. Dak, everybody basically saying the same thing this week. And he talked about the red zone issues. They were 2 for 4, 50% in the red zone. Can't have that, especially when you're in tight games like that. But I want you guys to marinate on that soundbite for a little bit because we got our second caller calling in. James in Jersey, what you got?
Ladies, my name is James Siquidel, and I'm a fan since 1965. I'm 70 years old. I just want to first of all call and thank you, ladies, because you're my favorite show on the .com, and I've been listening for a lot of years because you ladies go straight to the X and O's. Just all these stories about who you played for and all these stories and all these guys talking all this nonsense. So I really appreciate that. And you get right to the point, and I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And with that, let me get to the point. You're right. This defense is absolutely horrific. So many people are playing out of position. I'm not sure whether the coach's defense may be outdated and too predictable, especially if you don't have the talent for people to cover that up. As far as the defensive line is concerned, I'm not sure, again, how many people are under contract, trying to get new contracts and playing hero ball, as you say, instead of the gaps they're supposed to be in. They're trying to get to the quarterback when he probably should be trying to get to the running back, things of that nature. I think it's very undisciplined. And once again, the Diggs and Bland, I think they're still hurt. They're not playing the way they should be playing because I think they're still trying to play, to the best of their ability. But physically, you can see they're not what they're supposed to be. And as far as Blue is concerned, I'm a little disappointed at this point because, you've been playing football since you're 8 years old. Running back should not be a problem as long as you learn how to protect the quarterback. And they may want to consider putting him in the pistol so maybe he can see his blocks better, things of that nature. And as far as trades are concerned, I'd love to have the defensive end from Cleveland, but it'd be a $36 million hit on their cap, so we can't have him, because that's what we really need, But if I'm an 80-something-year-old owner and general manager, I'm trying to do everything I can to win today because tomorrow is not promised to me. So I need to call somebody, make some phone calls for that defense. Thank you for your time, ladies. Love listening to you, and you have a wonderful day.
Oh, we appreciate you, James.
Thank you.
Shout out to you in Jersey. We appreciate you calling. And ladies, real quick, what you got? What thoughts on what you had to say?
He had some good points there.
Yeah.
I like his. He has a little more. What's it called? Composure.
Yeah,
Mellow.
than Billy.
And mellow thoughts there.
Yeah.
I like what I said earlier. This is a team that, in my eyes, it's ugly, but it's
Fixable.
Fixable if you can get your defense serviceable. This does not have to be a top 10 defense, top 15 defense, but you can't be dead last in staying there with making no improvements. So, as to our caller just said, get on the phone, make some calls to other teams whose seasons are going more downhill than what ours is looking like and who have some pieces that can add to what is going on. Linebacker would be nice. Do we have a linebacker that we trust right now on the field?
No.
Do we have to wait to DeMarvion Overshown comes and then it's too late? Like, it's just, and I don't think it's one piece. That's another issue.
Oh, it's the
as
whole
well.
core. It's the whole core.
There's some things in there, but I hate to talk about it going into where we are in the season, but there was a gentleman here who took a lot off of what other people had to do and made a lot of other people look very serviceable in coverage who do not look serviceable right now. So I'm okay with getting on the phone and seeing what can happen when you have some money to play with at this point in the game.
So I kind of share that sentiment, but I'm also like, if this, y'all, I'm trying to say this in the nicest way I possibly can.
No, just get it out.
You can be.
I'm looking at the defense. I watched this game 3 times. They don't know what the heck they are doing. There is no confidence in whatever they're reading. Guys are out of position. Guys, and here's the thing, is that Matty Eberflus's scheme is pretty simple. Yep. It's a really straight up scheme. You're not going to do a whole bunch of blitzing. You're going to run some vision defense. You have to play your assignments. I mean, as far as the gap integrity and things like that, it's not a very complicated scheme in that fact. But the reason why the scheme works is that your guys are better than the next guy. And there's not enough, I don't think, star power at every different level. And again, some of your stars, to his point, we're talking about Deron Bland and Trayvon Diggs, that I think are still trying to find the confidence that they need to play like they did before. But also, too, these are guys, again, that have thrived with having a good pass rush. Neither one of them has played football without a good pass rush. Do y'all know that?
That's true. That's fair.
And so they're adjusting to having to play through, you stay in phase for seconds on seconds on seconds because you're not getting pressure like that. And these guys are coming back from injury. These guys, they're not tackling in the run particularly well. Some of the physicality isn't there. So I understand, like, the idea of going out and getting some guys. I want to, too. You don't have a Mike linebacker. Not a real one.
Nope.
Not a real one. You don't have, like, it's so much going on right now that it's hard to pinpoint exactly what's wrong. But I can tell y'all straight up for sure that looking at that film, they don't trust what they're being told to do. And that is why they're making their own decisions and doing what they want to do. And it doesn't matter if they bring in a couple of stars or they go trade for guys. If you don't play your assignment, you're going to get everybody gashed. And that's what's been happening.
Yeah, and that's why they're dead last in yards per game.
It's the dead last in a lot of categories.
I'm screaming passing yards per game, passing yards per play, 31st in points per game, and 30th in yards per play.
It's impossible.
And it's not just the film. Like, I know you said you sat and watched it 3 times yesterday, and you probably saw some things that you don't see an initial, right?
You can see it on the TV broadcast.
But turn off the game. Listen to the guys.
That part.
Talk about it, Bree.
Listen to the guys in the locker room. They're telling you their faith in the system, in the fact that they don't know where they're supposed to be in some instances, that they like doing a different scheme more. They've had these conversations. Schottenheimer he believes in the personnel, and you can hear it every week to Schottenheimer asking the same questions. And he's saying, yes, we just have to fix certain things. Well, what are those things? Well, we have to look at the film. Okay, what week are we going into? I feel like the film is showing a lot of the same issues. But like I said, you don't have to sit here and watch every play. Just listen to what the guys who you're asking to execute what they're actually saying.
Yeah.
Go
Hold
ahead.
that note.
You got no call?
We have our third caller. It's Mama Hutchison, the best mom in the world.
Hey,
and diehard Cowboys fan.
Hey,
Girl, what
y'all.
you
Hey, family, Cowboy Nation.
what you got?
Okay, so I need to know, when is CD Lamb coming back? And also, how do they plan on keeping both players involved? CD Lamb and Pickens. How do they both keep them both involved?
Come on, Debbie Deb.
Come
You know
on,
your
girl.
team.
Good question. 'Cause we've been talking about
Y'all
that
know I'm
too.
Cowboy Nation all the way, so let's go. Give it to me.
We got you. Well, we did hear from Shotty yesterday. He mentioned that. Thank you, Mommy, for calling. We did hear from Schottenheimer yesterday. He did say that, CD, Terp, they're trending in the right direction and ahead of the curve compared to other guys. So I was told last week that he's trying to be back next week. We'll see. Obviously, we'll get a confirmation over the next couple of days. But how do they maintain the balance? Well, we gonna see, because I didn't see much of it the first 3 weeks.
It looks like they need 40 points, please, instead of 30 points.
I'm sick
and
of
I am not kidding.
Yep.
I am saying that with a straight face.
Please.
But she's more so talking about with
balance,
CD,
CD,
Turpin, and all those guys come back. I mean,
Pickens.
well,
I think
you gotta
she
figure it
CD
out.
and Pickens coming back on the field together.
Yeah.
How kind of what we've been talking about, that they haven't, not saying they haven't proven they can do it, but they were still figuring it out, and then CD got hurt. So it is going to be interesting, because to your point, Aisha, way back then about Pickens not finishing or looking a little lost because he needs to be like a little ADHD, like a little kid, when you don't have something
Involved.
to do and you're not getting reps for a whole quarter, sometimes a whole half, and then you're expected to pick up. You weren't really seeing that dynamic, but it kind of didn't matter because CD was going off. So how do you get both to go off?
well, yeah, I think Shotty just has to be intentional with how he does it now, because the quarterback, Mama Hutchinson, the quarterback is a progression quarterback, and what that means is that when he starts his reads, he's gonna go from left to right and see what he sees. And if CD is open on that first read, that's probably where he's gonna go. Now, he does make some decisions sometimes. If Pickens is beating his guy over the field, you will see him kind of go off script in that way. But he's a progression quarterback, so that's just kind of how he plays the game. But one thing I will say is that I hope that they do it based off the matchup. That's what I want the coaches to do, is that if they see that their nickel corner is not strong, that they attack there. And, we saw Pickens get into the slot a little bit more. He's doing some slant stuff. Pickens is doing more than what he's ever done, being moved across across the line of scrimmage and being able to play in different spots. So his versatility is going to open up things that CD can do. One thing I will say, though, is that Dallas hasn't had a true X in a while. And by X, I mean how we used to think about a Dez Bryant, how we think about a Michael Gallup that can give you those big plays. I wonder if it's going to change. I hope it doesn't. But if it changes, CD is going to be in the slide and navigating there more, and then Pickens be your boundary guy. That should really stress defenses, and Dak should be able to go to either one of those guys in big moments. So it's crazy, because the third down stuff is what sticks out to me about Pickens.
Man.
Because CD and Dak have been nails on third down the last couple of years, and now Pickens is in that mix. I agree with Mama Hutchinson. I don't know who's going to get those reps at those points either.
That's a problem to have.
Yeah.
One of the good problems to have.
Yeah,
That's
but
what
you
I thought
don't
was
want
confusing,
you
though.
don't want. I think her concern is she doesn't want Pickens to become a second option after CD gets here, and I think that is something that Dak and Shotty are gonna have to try to learn how to balance, because, like Bree was saying, you want to keep him engaged.
Yeah.
And this clearly, when he's engaged, he's having fun. Y'all, he looked like a kid out there,
He's having so
the
much fun.
time of his life.
And that's where I was kind of confused, because I remember when they brought Pickens in here, the conversation was, okay, so how do you kind of make sure they're equally distributed and getting opportunities? And I remember I think it was Dak who said it, hey, like, I'll make sure that I'm talking to both of them. Hey, this week is going to be your week. Hey, this week, GP, is going to be your week. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like I hadn't seen that much, just because going back to what Aisha was mentioning and how, Dak is a progression quarterback, it seems like all the calls have been, okay, let's go directly to CD and feed him, but you can't do that.
He's just cooking.
I know.
And that's what I'm saying. You can't do that. You got to balance out these personalities. Ask Philly.
Hello.
Yeah,
you can't.
personalities matter.
You can't. I'm sure. Yeah, you can't. They have to be intentional. And I agree with you, Nicole. I think it should be depending on the matchup. Who is going to be where we attack the most? Dallas clearly saw something in Michael Jackson last week, and baby, I mean Pickens was cooking all day. All they corners got some. You hear me?
Yeah, and that's fine.
And that's awesome. But I hope the guys are cool with the fact that it might be a Pickens week 1 week. It might be a CD Lamb 1 week. It might be you guys both have some good plays.
They have to feel like they're contributing to their satisfaction. And I think Schottenheimer knows that. He was asked about that when the production wasn't there for Pickens in his first outing or what have you, because you just paid CD last year. You're hoping to pay Pickens this year. And I want to go back to really quick, because I feel like I always bring up Micah, but only because his contract was the elephant in the room. And if we remember, the frustration going into camp is because 4 months prior during the season, when the season wasn't going well, Micah was talking about he didn't have to be the highest paid player because he wanted to be a Dallas Cowboy. You're talking about Pickens being so happy and fitting in, and it's no secret that he wasn't happy where he was prior. Well, he possibly doesn't have to be the highest paid receiver, but close to it and stay here if you're making him feel like he fits here. But if CD comes back and we start to see what we saw earlier where you're not balancing and, Dak isn't sticking to what he's saying, then I think that changes the game when it's time to sign that contract. Because every time Pickens scores, somebody on the timeline is like, pay him now. And, he's having fun. It's working with the offense. And to your mother's point, how do you keep them both on the field? And I think that's going to matter in the contract situation, especially when you have to start paying some guys here.
It's gonna be
matters.
It's really odd though, because we go from last year to now, and we're talking about all these weapons and how Dak has to. That's responsibility on the quarterback to try to figure out how to temper the personalities, how to make sure everyone feels like they're being included. Because we just talked about CD Turpin. Turpin has been important to what they want to do offensively as well in the slot as of late. And him being able to work the slot, again, allows CD Lamb to go out on the boundary and do some things as well. So I think it is going to take I do think it is taking some time to figure out how to integrate everybody into this offense, because Dak, with respect to Dak, he haven't had these many options like this.
Facts.
For a while.
That's a fact.
So,
and you got a Ferguson who's cooking, playing the best ball of his life right now.
That's what I was about to say. And then it's so many options that how do you figure out how to, and I think it should just be based off a matchup. Baby, if they linebackers can be cooked over the middle, then I expect for you to be going there. If they got guys, if you can take the top off, then you need to be doing that with Pickens. Yep. So yeah, I just think it's gonna depend on the matchup and how they decide to do it. I'm confident Shotty will figure it out.
Well, hopefully. Thank you, Mommy, for a great question.
Yeah, she sure did. Get us talking, huh?
That part. We're going to take our second break here on Girls Talk, Boys Talk, and be back with some more.
Cowboys fans, when it comes to navigating the ever-changing world of tax, your business needs a partner it can trust to tackle even your biggest tax challenges. Ryan is the largest firm in the world dedicated exclusively to business taxes. Our team of tax professionals has local expertise in all areas of tax and can help you uncover savings opportunities you didn't know you had. Learn more about how Ryan can improve your overall corporate tax performance by visiting Ryan.com. Ryan, the official tax partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Discover Aiden, the official luggage partner of the Dallas Cowboys and Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Known for top-tier engineering and craftsmanship, Aiden offers more than just bags. Originating from Australia and designed in New York, it merges fashion, design, and culture. Used by Dallas Cowboys players, staff, and the entire organization, Aiden provides style and functionality for all travelers. Visit AidenTheBrand.com and use code AidenXCowboys for 25% off your purchase. Travel like your favorite stars with Aiden.
When you're on the field, you know what it takes to lead your team and play with confidence. But that confidence shouldn't just stop at game time. It should follow you off the field, too. Join over 500 NFL players who trust Invisalign, the #1 doctor-recommended clear aligner brand. Ready to take the first step towards a smile you'll love? Visit Invisalign.com/NFL and find a doctor near you today. Transform your smile and take your confidence to the next level, both on the field and off.
How does the cheerleader's hair always look so perfect? We asked, and they shared one of their biggest beauty secrets. If you want hair like theirs and confidence to match, use Babyliss Pro styling tools. The Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders use Babyliss Pro curling irons to get those perfect game day curls. To get the hair you see on the cheerleaders, head to BabylissPro.com. Use the code Cowboys20 for 20% off Babyliss Pro tools, the official styling tools of the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Get the discount while it lasts. Offer may be withdrawn at any time at advertiser's discretion.
The countdown to game day starts with Rally Days presented by SeatGeek. Get a behind-the-scenes look at AT&T Stadium and meet the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders and alumni, play games, win prizes, and more. Get your tickets for the next Rally Day on October 18th at AT&TStadium.com/rallydays.
Get your tickets, and we're going to get right into this SOT here on Girls Talk, Boys Talk, presented by Invisalign. We're going to hear from Schottenheimer on what needs to change in terms of scheme. Is it personnel? Let's hear what he had to say.
Yeah, I mean, we started early this morning, as you can imagine, and with the defensive staff, and just looking at all types of different things, and we watched the film a little bit different than we did. We didn't just kind of watch the game. Usually, you watch the game sequentially. It was a little different. We wanted to watch kind of all the first, second down runs, and then all the first, second down passes. Why? Well, there's breakdowns, and we need to figure out what those breakdowns are. And sometimes when you're jumping from first, second to third down to red zone to 2-minute to things like that, you can't pinpoint some of the solutions. And we've got a board filled of ideas and things that we really think will help. This is a system that, from a multiple standpoint, we can play man-to-man. We do play man-to-man. We play fire zones that are matchy, which means man-to-man. But we're not really doing anything from a consistency standpoint that's great. Like when we fix the one issue in the passing game, then the run game, pops back up. So that's why I go back to, yes, we're looking at everything, and we're going to make changes and then make adjustments, and certainly not going to share those with you guys. But I want to go back to the fact of the other thing we need to do as coaches is emphasize fundamentals and hand placements and fits and how you take on a combination block with your near arm and your near foot and how you shoot the gap to create separation so that your buddy can come off and make a play. Those little finite details are the things that we're not doing from a consistent standpoint, which is why we struggled yesterday.
Fix your face. Fix it. Fix it.
I'm about to get mad.
Fix your face.
I'm about to get mad.
She needs a hug.
She does.
No, I am about to get mad though. I'm about to. I'm just being for real with y'all. I'm about to get hot because like some of this stuff.
The giggle is crazy.
Some of this stuff, y'all. This is stuff they learn
off season.
Low key. Pee Wee in Texas.
I was gonna say. Okay, yeah.
Don't be from Texas or Florida. You learning how to do this stuff immediately.
That's true.
I don't like that. Mm-hmm. Working on the fundamentals. What do you mean? You talking about the basic things that you're supposed to be doing as a Doug? They double teamed. They double teamed your 3 techs all day. Osa was getting double teamed. Mm-hmm. Solomon Thomas was getting double teamed. They didn't even care about your 1 techs. They was like, Kenny Clark, we're gonna go ahead and get you out the way. Mm-hmm. We more worried about this guy right here that we know can knife through and slip these tackles. And then the defensive line, they're waiting for the linebackers to come field. The linebackers is over here in La of Lands. Y'all. Talking about fundamentals is right now is pissing me off.
Well, you need a hug?
She needs a hug.
It's all right. Well, something that Shotty did mention later in that presser, he talked about how the eye discipline was not the standard, and they need to simplify things in order to kind of help with please. So he was talking about for the linebackers, and for example, they have this triangle, right? Where they're looking at the center, the 2 guards, running back, of course. He said that if you're not seeing the triangle well at times, you make it smaller. And you'll look at maybe like the center and the guard, or maybe, simplifying it that way. Or sometimes when you're trying to look at too many bigger things, like a bigger picture, you're looking at everything. And the issue that's happening here. But the question is how do you fix it?
I just want to say real quick with your comment, how you started about eye level, pad level. We heard that in Oxnard.
Talk about it, sister.
I just remember literally writing it down when they had their joint practice. And why didn't this? And the fact that I think that's why Aisha,
that's facts.
I'm sorry, y'all.
This is your team, so I'm glad I'm unbiased. That part.
It ain't even about me being.
I don't have no ties to it, so not saying like I can just like I see the frustration from Cowboys fans on my timeline because it's like this is a problem that we've heard year after year after year, and I'm like, whew, they going through it. But just someone who's only on her second season covering this team, I'm like, wait, I heard this already. Sounds like a broken record. Like I literally heard this exact thing. So to your point, Aisha. Okay, so when is it going to be fixed? Fundamentals, because how do you build if we're still talking about fundamentals?
Well, I think I as much as I'm fussing about the fundamentals, some of the fundamentals, I think I look at fundamentals as just the base level things that you're supposed to be doing at your certain position. However, with the difference in scheme, sometimes that does change. It's like even from the defensive ends, sometimes these guys are standing up, sometimes they have their hand in the dirt. The previous coach might have asked them to have their hand in the dirt more. You know, there's a lot, and whereas, like, I'm giving this defense crap, you got a lot of guys on one-year deals. They don't know each other. They've been through training camp, preseason. They don't even play together during preseason.
Yeah.
This is some of their first times really playing, like, going to war together. So there's a lack of continuity also, too, on the defensive side of the ball, because we talked about the offense. A lot of these guys been here. I mean, Pickens is a new addition, but he's integrated. Like, that is a big reason why some of this miscommunication stuff is happening. And if you heard Schotty yesterday, he was like, guys need to speak it out. They need to be loud. They need to, like, he's talking about guys not communicating. It's not that they don't know what's going on. It's that they're not communicating to each other. So to me, there's a lot of lack of connection and some things going on the other side of the ball. So I do think the different coaching staffs, and the different coordinators coming in here we're kind of starting to see that wear on these guys. And as Bree said, you do need a little bit more juice from certain guys in certain positions. So, yeah, it's rough. I don't know if it's gonna change.
Well, wow. Well, this has been a great show. We got some great callers aside from Billy. Because Billy, what was you doing?
Billy makes me
We still
laugh,
appreciate it though. Yeah, we always appreciate Billy. You sound fed up. We appreciate Billy. We appreciate James. And we appreciate my mama calling.
Yes, we do. Yes. Thank you for calling us.
Great question. All right, that's a wrap for today's show. Tomorrow we're going to break down Cowboys defense.
Again?
Absolutely, girl.
Aisha might not show up.
Again. She's not.
She'll have to get a
She's
fill in.
She's going to call out.
I'm tired.
Against the Washington offense.
Okay.
So make sure to tune in because we'll be back here at 8 a.m. But for Brianna Aldridge, Aisha Morrison, I'm Nicole Hutchison. We'll see y'all back here at 8 a.m.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?